Blog Talk Radio. Well, hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I am your host for this show. Divas That Care is working together to make the world a better place. Our podcast may be listened to on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and any place you listen to podcasts. Go to our website, divasthatcare.com, and check out all the amazing hosts and their shows of women they are interviewing around the world. I am just super excited today to have a new diva, Krista Sanderson, with me, and she is going to speak about Keep It Simple and Eat Real. Wow, that really, truly ignites my interest. Krista, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm Krista Sanderson, and, I guess I call myself a real food champion mom. We started Eat Real America it was in 2013. And it was really as a result of us changing the way we ate. We have two kids that are now teenagers. They're now 16 and 19. But, when they were 7 and 10 years old, we kind of hit a breaking point. We knew we were not eating healthy, but we had no idea what to do. And we knew we needed to make a change. And so they were kind of our inspiration to get healthy and to do something different. And, it kind of sparked a passion that we didn't even know we had. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of a revelation, I guess you could say.
Oh, that is just incredible. That is really neat. So, you're kind of, from what I'm hearing on that introduction, your aha moment. What exactly does that go back to your children?
Well, yes. Our son was 7, and we were the typical family, kind of stuck in a rut, making the same 10 things over and over and over. Our kids, especially our son, was addicted to chicken nuggets and fish sticks, and I was the short order cook, making different things, mac and cheese for this kid and fish sticks for this kid. And, our dinner table had become a battlefield because if I tried something new, everybody would complain, nobody would like it. And we really kind of stepped back and thought, we can't do this anymore. I mean, I guess you could say we kind of hit a breaking point. And so, but like I said, we didn't know what to do. So we started reading. I started reading Michael Pollan's books and just learning that there's a lot of things that we were eating that we really shouldn't be eating. Learning how to read an ingredient label, that was very eye-opening. But so we really just started, going and we'd go to the foreign section of the grocery store. In the produce section, we had no idea what to do with half the things there, and we just started finding recipes and trying things. I laugh and tell people one of the first things that we tried was we took parsnips, and I didn't even know what a parsnip was. And, it's this cream-colored carrot, and because I had just learned how to roast vegetables. I didn't even know you could put vegetables in the oven. And so I cut up parsnips like French fries, just olive oil, salt, and pepper, and put them in the oven and, handed them to our son, and he devoured them. And we said, well, those are parsnips, and because what mom would really tell them before they ate it, right? And so I said, those are parsnips, and he said, I don't care, they taste like French fries. And so at that point I thought, oh my gosh, what else could I turn into a French fry? But, that was kind of our, oh my gosh, we could actually maybe get our kids to eat vegetables and like it. And so it was, it was not overnight success, but we kept trying new things, and we kept really focusing on real ingredients and real food. Can you tell where it came from? Our definition is, did it grow from the ground, swim in the ocean, grow from a tree? So can you tell where it came from? So really focusing on real ingredients, and we would make all these recipes, and we thought, oh my gosh, this is not rocket science. And so really the aha moment led to my husband lost 70 pounds. So that was really kind of like, oh my. I lost about 20, almost 25. But, I always tell people getting our kids to eat vegetables was really the game changer in all this. I mean, the variety of foods that they would eat. And so, honestly, our friends at that point kind of were like, I want you to do the thinking and planning for me. I want you to help me figure out that it's going to be good. My kids are going to eat it. And so that's kind of what led us to start eatrealamerica.com, the website that has, it's all focused on real food, but we now have over 1,000 recipes. They're all taste tested by us. We take our own pictures. There's a customizable shopping list, so you can put the recipe in your shopping list. It helps you figure out what to get at the store. It's all organized by where it is at the store, but just trying to help people with the thinking and the planning and the ideas and how to use real ingredients and make it taste good and be affordable and easy to prepare. So that was kind of all the criteria that led us one thing to another. So it was a great journey.
Oh, Krista, that is just incredible. Not only did you teach your children how to eat healthy, but in the process, you and your husband both experienced benefits that it sounds like you were not even really looking for, and it all happened just by the way you changed your cooking and started working on that. Oh, that is really exciting. That I'm sure will touch many of listeners' ears to hear different things like this.
Well, go ahead.
Sure. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the reason that we, one of the things that happened to us that we weren't prepared for was we fell in love with the farmer's market. We would go to the farmer's market and we would come home with something like a spaghetti squash, and I didn't have the first clue how to cut it, how to cook it, and so it was this. That was part of the aha moment too, is that, you can really, that's one of the best things you can do for your health is eat in season. And that's how you figure out how to save money and get the best nutrients. And, shopping at the farmer's market, I'm sure that some of those farmers thought we were absolutely crazy in the beginning when we first started going. And now they're some of our greatest friends. But, it's so much learning and so much, and that's what we want to share and help other people with.
Oh, that is just great, because at the farmer's market, you're also supporting local. You're supporting a small business to help keep them going, and they in turn you're building friendships, and they're giving you fresh that you can go home and eat real food with your family.
Yeah, exactly.
That is really neat. So your definition of real food is, what would you say is real food?
I would say, like I kind of mentioned, can you tell where it came from? So if I gave you the definition, does it grow from the ground, grow from a tree, swim in the ocean, or graze on the prairie? When you boil it down to that, it's really easy to see that the goldfish crackers and the fruit roll-ups and the Hostess stuff, that doesn't really fall within that criteria. And when we started this journey, our kids kind of were like, what is happening? And we'd say, well, you better enjoy that box of Frosted Flakes, because after that, it's gone. Because we're a very out of sight, out of mind. That's what we realized is, because in the very beginning, I laugh and tell people we had a backup plan. So the kids, if they did not like what was being served for dinner, they could have a sandwich, but it had to be something they could make on their own. There was a lot of peanut butter and jelly made. But then they started trying things. They would watch us make like a baked chicken parmesan, and they'd be intrigued, and they would try it, and they were kind of like, oh, this is really good. And so then the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches started to fizzle, and that, so they got to the point where they realized they liked a lot of things that they had no idea that they liked. But then about 4 years ago, I was at the Wichita Women's Fair, and I was doing a cooking demo, and I met a lady who was a registered dietitian, and she was also at the Women's Fair doing a presentation, and her name is Anya Foco. She lives in Michigan, and she and I connected and had one of those, I feel like I've known you my whole life type moments. And so she and I started working together, and we kind of teamed up, and And then about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, we came out with the Eat Real cookbook. So about 100 recipes from the website are also in a cookbook, because there's a lot of people that kind of need something to hold in their hand as a starting point when they kind of get to the point where I want to eat healthy, but I don't know where to start. And so the cookbook is a really good launching pad before maybe they jump into the website. And so that's kind of how the Eat Real cookbook came about. So yes, it's been super fun. A lot of work, but super fun. So
I just love it. So you kind of have a step of the cookbook, and then I'm going to go back a little bit to what you were talking about your website. I was on there for people. I love the little logo, get fresh, get local, get real. It's healthy because it's real food. I was like, oh my goodness. So you have teamed up with your registered dietitian and nutritionist. Now, have you recently launched a program that our listeners can get involved in, where they can you share a little bit about this program?
Oh, sure. So what we realized a few years ago is that there is an opportunity to work with corporate wellness programs with companies, because a lot of companies, you know, they want to do wellness for their employees, and they know how to do, you know, kind of the exercise portion. You know, they know how to buy Fitbits, and they know how to coordinate walks and yoga classes and all that, but there's a lot of companies that really struggle with the nutrition side of helping their employees and wellness. And so we developed, of course, you can hire Zanya or me to come in live and do a cooking presentation, which goes over, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And that's the perfect way to inspire and motivate employees to kind of jump on the bandwagon of, yes, let's do this. But what we realized is there really has to be an ongoing program to keep employees engaged and motivated and involved. And so we developed what we call it our Eat Real for Your Health program, where it's a series of 8 videos, and it can be done different ways. There's a school district here locally that this past fall started a kind of a classroom setting for the video program. So I came in live and kicked it off, and then they would get about 30 of their employees together and set it up like a classroom, and they would show the video and facilitate it as a class. And, you know, they would make something and let everybody try it. And, you know, everything from a massage kale salad to a Thai stir fry. And so, you know, the employees also got to try it and sample it and try things that they probably never had before. There were a lot of people that didn't think they liked kale until they tried the massage kale salad. And so, you know, so that really, and then of course, as part of the program, they have access to the website. And so they can go home and have access to those recipes. And, you know, we have gotten incredibly great feedback that is really what people love, to have not only the education part, but then the resource to take it outside of that classroom setting or outside of what their company is offering them. So then they can go home and they have the website and the recipes and try things out on their family. And so we've been blessed with wonderful feedback about the program. So we're definitely now kind of looking into how to expand that program and do more videos and, you know, make it more specific, you know, towards diabetes and, you know, to different health concerns where we can really hone in and focus and educate and help people. So that's what we're kind of launching into next.
Oh, I just love that. That is just incredible, because it's more of a hands-on through your website that people can watch the videos and get coaching and tips and recipes. And I even noticed you help with shopping lists for the ingredients for the that is.
And you know, the website, people laugh and tell me I don't talk about the shopping list enough, because it really is a handy tool so that you can put a recipe in your shopping list. It organizes by where it is in the grocery store. You can pull it up on your phone or you can print it but we also have a recipe box on the website. So if you're scrolling around, I mean, with 1,000 recipes, if you come across something that you think, I don't necessarily want to make that this week, but that looks really, really good, you can put it in your recipe box, and that kind of saves it in a specific place. But, we have everything from slow cooker meals to, you can search by vegetarian or gluten-free, or you can search by chicken, or you can search, snack ideas and quick and easy. We consider quick and easy like 20 minutes or less. But, slow cooker can be a lifesaver when you have a busy family, and, that can make or break dinner time. So.
Yes, I am a slow cooker one, being out on farm and ranch. Lots of things go into my crock pot. I love it.
Yes. We like doing the 2-for-1 with the slow cooker. So, even in the cookbook, we will tell you to do like a slow cooker chicken on Monday, and we have a slow cooker Asian chicken over cauliflower rice. And then you pull out a cup of that chicken and you turn around and use it on a Thai pizza a few nights later. So the cookbook is even set up where it kind of shows you for 4 weeks what it would look like to really hone in and focus on eating real. We call it our 28-day kickstart. But then we do things like the salsa is also the sauce for your stir fry. So you make something once, use it twice, just to try to make it easy for people. And so just little tricks like that just help with crazy life. So.
Oh, I absolutely love that, because yes, that's all how I could keep it simple. I love that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is great.
It doesn't, when you've got really good ingredients, it doesn't have to be complicated. I just did a video highlighting a strawberry and asparagus salad for spring, and there's honestly not that many ingredients, but if you've got really good ingredients, it can be super simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. So just ideas, giving people the ideas of what to do and still make it taste good. And so
yes, love it. So as busy as you are, Krista, what is your secret to balancing work, home, all your cooking, and giving back to others?
Oh my. Well, I guess I would love to say by eating healthy and working in exercise, it does give me a lot of energy. I sometimes have people describe me as an Energizer bunny. I do have a lot of energy. I think it's just trying to prioritize, and I laugh and tell people that, in order for this real food lifestyle, for you to do all the things that you want to do, you have to prioritize and plan. And so we're big planners. I heard a nutritionist say one time that you need to know what you're eating tomorrow before you go to bed tonight. And so, because we all know you can't walk in the house at 6 o'clock and expect dinner to just fall from the sky. You have to have a plan, and you have to prioritize. And, in order to do everything that we want to do with helping in our community and juggling everything our kids have going on, we have to plan and prioritize, and we don't let ourselves get stuck. So, if you're going to be away from the house from 3 in the afternoon till 8 o'clock at night, pack sandwiches or pack snacks, or, take food with you. Don't let yourself get stuck, so then you don't have any good, healthy options. And so that's, we've got a son that plays competitive baseball, and so we've been known to take a Southwest stuffed sweet potato to the ball field. I mean, we don't eat out of the concession stand. And those other parents, they look at us and think, we're crazy, I'm sure. But we just don't let ourselves get stuck with with unhealthy options. And so I guess planning and prioritizing is what helps us do everything we want to do, and help in our community too. So I guess that would be my best advice is planning. That's a big one.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is great. That is a great way to describe it, how to give back and balance everything in your life. So what do you see next for yourself and what all you are doing?
You know, we really want to continue to find ways to, you know, use the resources on Eat Real America. How can Eat Real America be a resource for whether it be other organizations that are doing, that, you know, have the same passion as us, or they're doing things similar to us? You know, how can we use what we have in place to help, whether it be other organizations, expand what they're trying to do? You know, and we've got a lot of content on Eat Real America. We have been doing a coaching tip every Tuesday since we started in 2013 on some topic. I mean, whether it be the pros and cons of the keto diet, or why you should eat pure maple syrup and not Aunt Jemima. You know, I mean, we've got a lot of content. And so how can that content help other people or other organizations, or, you know, who can we team up with to, you know, help change the world is really what we want to do, and help people improve their health. And, you know, I mean, everybody should be thriving and, you know, living to 100 and living well. And, you know, so just how can we continue to help other people, whether it be through corporate wellness and, you know, more video programs, or, like I said, teaming up with organizations or companies, or just getting our content out there to help more people.
That is just incredible, because that's so much what Divas is, to make the world a better place, and that's what you're looking to do. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love it. And we've kind of touched on how to connect with you on Eat Real America. You talked about that, and we will definitely post all of your social media links on our podcast here.
Thank you.
And you are so welcome. And as we bring this podcast to a close, I have a question for you yet. What are some last-minute thoughts, tips, tools that you would like to leave with the listeners today, Krista?
Oh gosh, let's see. I guess I would say if something I said hit home, or you're feeling like, you know, that's my family, you're talking about my family, and we don't know where to start and what to do. And, you know, I would just encourage you, you know, eatrealamerica.com is set up so anybody can try it free for 30 days. There's, you know, no commitment. You go to eatrealamerica.com, you sign up, your first 30 days are free for you to check it out and try it out. And then after that, it's $39 a year. And then for that $39 a year, every Tuesday, like I said, you get a coaching tip from me. And every Thursday, you get weekly meal ideas from me, because we never want you to be stuck in a rut. And all those meal ideas each week, you know, are in season. And so now you're seeing strawberry and asparagus stuff. And, I mean, I guess I would say try to kind of step back and say, okay, what could we try, you know, on our family to just start to improve things? And, you know, really trying to get rid of the processed stuff and try real food ideas, and, you know, be more mindful. And, you know, it can seem overwhelming at first, but definitely just one step at a time. I always tell people, you know, don't get overwhelmed, but maybe just try one thing a week. Pick one night a week and say, okay, we're going to have a slow cooker night once a week, and then maybe branch it off to 2 nights a week. Maybe do the slow cooker and then, you know, the 2-for-1 meal idea. But I would say go to your local farmer's market and pick up some asparagus, or something that's fresh and in season, and bring it home and grill it, or put it in the oven. And, you know, a lot of times I hear a lot that my kids are super picky, or my spouse is super picky. And I would say by getting them involved in the process, you know, I tell people, sit down with your kids and let them look at the website and let them peruse around and say, I want to try this, and be way more apt to try it if they're involved in the process. Because I get the picky eater thing. We were there. That was us. But you just don't give up. That would be, you know, it's not an overnight success, but try and don't give up. And, you know, I laugh, you know, when the kids were really little, and the pediatrician would say, all you have to do is put that vegetable in front of them 14 times and they'll eat it. And that was not happening. But that's because I was putting the same, like, canned green beans or something in front of them 14 times, and I wasn't mixing up, the preparation, or I wasn't roasting vegetables. I always tell people, if you don't do anything else, I say, try roasting vegetables, because that honestly is what changed the game with our family, whether it be sweet potatoes or fresh green beans, or just put something in the oven, 400 degrees, and olive oil and salt and pepper. I promise you it'll change your life. So that would probably be my advice, is just to try something, but don't give up when it's not an overnight success.
Oh, Krista, I just love those. Those are just amazing tips to leave our listeners with. And I want to thank you so much, Krista, for being my guest. And I hope you will return.
You.
Oh,
yes,
you are
I would
so
love
welcome.
It.
Yes, we would love to have you return and update us on all your incredible work and inspiration to others on your eating real food.
Thank you.
So thank you
again.
Thank
you.
You are
Joyce.
welcome. You're so welcome.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. And we will be posting all of Krista's social media links to this podcast. I want to thank you all for listening to this interview with our amazing diva, Krista Sanderson. Please share this show with your family and friends, along with telling them they may listen to Divas That Care podcasts on Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or any place they listen to. Be sure to check out all the hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Have a fantastic day. Please remember to be kind to all. Give your animals a hug and share your love with them. Until next time, stay strong and healthy.